Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Machakodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. As it entails, remember, this is not our rest, okay? We're only passing by, okay? This is only a pit stop to the kingdom that is awaiting us. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, this is not our rest. Because again, you have to understand that yes, we're in the world. Yes, we're going through things. Yes, we're here. What are you gonna do? Okay, you're gonna deal with the people in the world. You're gonna have to. Following Yahweh Hashem Yahshua doesn't mean that you have to be a monk floating on the top of a mountain somewhere, singing hymns and praying and reading and studying constantly all the time. Okay, that's not a that's a false balance. Okay, as it says, don't be over righteous lest you should destroy yourself. And why should I destroy yourself before that time? It says here in Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Okay, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with the sure destruction. Okay, so again, you have to arise, you have to depart. Okay, your mindset is to really seek the kingdom first, really want the downfall of this kingdom, really be in the right mindset ultimately. Okay, yes, you invest. Okay, let me bring that. Yes, you can invest whatever time you have on this side, if you can, because again, you have to remember that this we're in this society. Okay, we're in this empire. Okay, to suffer punishment for our actions. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you can't better your situation if the Lord gives you the opportunity, if doors open before you. Okay, you see, you're not gonna just refuse those opportunities if they don't, if they line up with your situation. Okay, they don't go in between you serving the Lord. Okay, and they don't make you to go off. Okay, an opportunity is a good opportunity. Okay, you have to think that even a man of the Lord in the ancient days were counselors to kings. Okay, you see, they were highly regarded in society. Okay, for their wisdom. Okay, for their understanding, for their knowledge. Okay, all that came through wisdom, came through the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, through their fear in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because again, we are the light of the world. Okay, through this understanding, it puts us in a superior category of men, of individuals. Okay, our ways are heavenly. Okay, and through it, we can excel for greatness ultimately. Okay, so you should not limit yourself. Okay, whichever you do, you're supposed to do it with all your might, with all your force. But again, knowing that you might lose these things. Okay, let me see. This is you can how can I say, you can strive for excellency, strive for excellency. Okay, no, but still knowing in the back of your mind that regardless of the situation that you're in, you have to be able to give all that up for the kingdom. The kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai comes first, as it says here. Let me start at Second Ezra 16:35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Okay, if you have understanding, if you know the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, get this. Behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods whom the Lord spake. Okay, so don't follow after idolatry. Ultimately, don't follow the ways of this world. Okay, behold the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Behold, the plagues are nigh and are not slack. There is no point for you to look back, okay, in the world. There is no point for you to seek to establish yourself uh, on the long run, in the sense that you would give your life up for the world or for your ambitions. because again, the Lord is bringing evil and only evil to this place. The end of this place is destruction, woe. Okay, because it's not built, it's not set up on the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. It's not set up on wisdom. That is why this kingdom and the fashion of this life, the fashion of this world has to pass away. Okay, so to be fully immersed in this world is to choose the side with the losing side. Okay, ultimately, because again, we're seeing according to prophecy how uh, this system in a sense is starting to crumble. Okay, the foundations of this kingdom is being broken down by the will of Yahweh Bashim Yasha, as it is written. Okay, so again, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Okay, the arrows have been shot and they will not turn back. Okay, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringing forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So again, this is the birth of the birth pains that this kingdom is going through, to birth in a sense the kingdom of heaven that is to come. Okay, because just as it's the birth of a child is one of the most painful experience. Um, a woman would say that a woman that gave birth would say that those are birth pains, and giving birth is one of the greatest. So okay, oui, allô, Jean-Ami, Yuna l'appareil. I'm doing good. I don't have time to speak right now. I'll call you back. Uh, so, like as I was saying, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So again, this is the times that we're coming into. We're in the time of the child of the birth pains. And as we're getting closer and closer and closer to the deliverance, the birth pains are getting closer and closer and closer between each other. Okay. It's no longer weeks um interval between the birth pains. They coming one after another after another. That's why it says Jacob's trouble is synonymous to a day. Is synonymous to a man running from a lion and escaping the lion, and ended up being chased by a bear, escaping the bear, leaning his hand on the wall just when he thinks that he's safe. Okay, and still ends up being bit by a serpent. It's calamity, distress, hell after hell after hell. That is the times that we're coming into. Okay. And it says here, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. Okay, the world, as it says, when they shall see peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. These people are not ready for the things that the Lord is about to bring on this earth. Okay, the same way that the Egyptians were not ready for the plagues that the Lord brought upon them. Okay, you see, they were hit, they were blindsided by the evil that the Lord brought upon them, for the evils that had for that they commit day to day. Okay, so again, the world shall mourn and sorrow shall come upon them on every side. Again, there isn't going to be any escape. Okay, you're not going to be able to escape judgment. The only way that you're going to be able to be protected and have hope in those times is if you are in the sanctuary of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that you build up your faith, that you strengthen yourself in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that you build up your spirit to be able to face the situations that the Lord will bring upon this earth. Because again, even the mighty man, even men that have a strong mind will break in that time. Okay, you see, because again, the Lord is going to show his strength, okay, and the judgment that he'll bring forth on this earth. Okay, so again, your mindset shouldn't be to look back. Your mindset shouldn't be to ultimately forsake the kingdom of heaven, to establish yourself here in a kingdom that is on its way out. Okay, that would be synonymous to running into a burning house and saying that you're gonna establish yourself there. No, everyone is getting out because it's burning. To want to stay there would be synonymous with death. Okay, so again, the world shall mourn and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. The evils are coming, and that's the mindset that we have to be, being able to, like they say, like the Robert De Niro said in the movie Heat, whenever you sense the heat around the corner, you have to be able to let everything go and just move. Okay, you have to be able to just move. That's why you cannot never be too attached or get too involved with the affairs of this world, as it says. Okay, let me get a precept. Get this precept real quick. Tangle with the affairs of this life. Bear with me. It says here in Second Timothy 2, I think I'll start at 1. Yep. It says here, Second Timothy 2 and 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushai, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful man who shall be able to teach others also. So the same mindset, the same ideology, the same doctrine that we've learned from our elders and apostles and the men on down. That's the same mindset, doctrine, and message that we're pushing down on those that will are going to be willing to hearken, okay, to see the importance of this message, because again, this is the ungrafted word that is able to save your souls, especially in the times of evil. Okay, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay, but the rest of the people run to and fro looking for answers, looking for the prophets, looking for ways to deliver themselves from the evil that the Lord will bring. Okay, you're not going to be uh reactive. You're going to be proactive because you already know what's going on, because you have made your due diligence to seek the Lord before the evils came. Okay, and now you're moving with full assurance, full confidence that the Lord will protect you in the days of evil. Okay, as it says in Sirach 2. Okay, look at the generations of old. Did any man that feared the Lord ever beg bread? Did any man that ever served the Lord were ever confounded? Okay, and that is a rhetorical question, because throughout the scriptures you will never find a man of the Lord that was left destitute for serving the Lord, man. Okay, never. Okay, even if we're catching hell, even if we're going through things that is acceptable unto the Lord, that is only a trial of our faith, but that is not the end. Okay, the end is for the Lord to give us the kingdom of heaven. Okay, again, understanding that, we know that this is not our rest. We know that there's better things waiting for us at the return of Yahushua. Okay, at the establishment of the kingdom of heaven. Okay, there's a greater reward waiting for those that wait on the Lord. Okay, it says here, verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay, you see, well, the word soldier goes into solitude. Okay, it goes into being you're facing these adversity, really, because again, you're supposed to seek your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay, so you're a soldier. We are in a spiritual battle. We're fighting we're following after Yahweh Bashem Yashai. It's the step in the spiritual arena. Okay, now you're fighting not only your demons, you're fighting the demons of the world. Okay, you're making yourself a prey. But again, Yahushua overcame, just as Yahushua overcame. If you endure unto the end, as if you endure hardness as a good soldier, okay, the Lord will give you life everlasting. He will give you all the good things that come with the kingdom of heaven. You see, all right. And no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. So that is another thing. Okay, because again, you're a soldier. If you're a soldier of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua and you're on the spiritual battlefield, you cannot be your mind cannot be distracted by the affairs that are happening around you that are not geared towards the kingdom. All these things are distractions. Satan has a lot of ways to get you, to make you slip, but you cannot allow him, okay, to get the advantage above you, okay, because it says we know the wiles of the devil, okay, we understand, okay, because again, you have to, following after Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, you're self-examining yourself as well. You know the things that are, as it says, no soul has pleasure in all things. Give not unto your soul what is evil unto it. So you're supposed to know what is good for you, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. That comes with experience, that comes with self-examination, that comes with trial and error. But again, you're supposed to get on a level where you're supposed to know your own limitations. Okay, you're supposed to set limits upon yourself so that you don't go off, so that you don't give the opportunity for Satan to take you, to drag you into the flesh. Okay, the spirit should always be, uh, as it says, the spirit is strong, but the flesh is weak. Okay, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You should always be, uh, as best as you can, in a spiritual mindset, to never cross that line where you would commit iniquity, where you would transgress the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, never allow Satan to get the advantage of you. Okay, that's why it says, resist the devil and he shall flee from you. Okay, but again, as a soldier, not being entangled with the affairs of this life, that is the main focus. Never be too attached, never get too involved with the things of this world. But it doesn't mean that you, like I said in the beginning, that you have to be a monk floating in the top of a mountain somewhere. If you have opportunities, if you have uh, ways, if doors open, in a sense that would allow you to better your situation, to make more money, to to let's say to have a family, or whatever this life could offer, that in a sense would be good. Okay, whatever this life could offer, that would be good for your situation, for your spirit. Okay, take it. Okay, take it, but also consider that you might have to lose it as well. Okay, to whom much is given, much is required as well. Okay, the same way that the Lord may give you things, the Lord might take them away just to see where you stand. Okay, you see, the Lord might just give you the baddest woman you ever seen, that you ever bagged. Okay, she's all into you. You're into her. You're in La La Land. Okay, and then one day the Lord, that's the situation happens where you have to make a choice between her and the Lord. Okay, this is what separates man from boys. That's what separates servants of Yahweh Hashem El Shai with the rest of the world. Because again, okay, just as Yahushua did not come to please himself, okay, he came to serve the Lord. Okay, Abraham had to face the same dilemma. Okay, Abraham was willing to give up his only begotten son. Okay, and you have to have the same mindset. Okay, to be able to give up everything for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, just as Yahushua was willing to give up everything for us. Okay, so again, it says here, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. Okay, so again, by focusing on the kingdom, you're gonna be tapped into the spirit. Okay, the more you're invest in the kingdom, the more you invest in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the more pleasing you are unto the Lord. Okay, okay, the more you tap in, the more you're pleasing unto the Lord, man, and and the more you're less susceptible to allow Satan to get the best of you. Okay, so again, that being said, let's go back into Second Ezra 4. Second Ezra 14, Second Ezra 16 and 40. Oh my people, hear my word and make you ready to die battle. Again, this is a fight. This is a spiritual battle. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And how easy would that be if you already have that soldier mindset? I'm in this battlefield, and until Yahushua returns, okay, I'm ready to fight. Okay, whatever I have in the world, that's in the world. Okay, but I'm looking forward. Okay, my conversation is in heaven. Okay, whatever happens, happens. Okay, whatever I lose, I lose. But as Paul said, everything I counted dung so that I can win Hamashiach. Okay, because I understand, you understand, we understand the value and the power that comes with this word, that comes with faith, that comes with serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is not comparable with nothing that this world could offer. Okay, you see, this is an acquired taste, and choosing to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai definitely comes with this level of hardship. But again, the Lord said He will not test you above what you can handle. Whatever comes your way, okay, it's because you can deal with it. If it breaks you, you're never a part of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? He that endured until the end, the same shall be saved. So you have to keep on pushing, you have to keep on fighting, and keep in your mind that Yahweh Shai overcame. And if Yahweh Shai is in me, I shall be able to overcome as well. Okay? So it says here, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. Okay? Completely opposite mindset. So you're still selling because usually when you sell, your mindset is to gain, okay, not to lose, okay. But in your mind, following after Yahweh Shem Shai, it's easier to turn your back on something that you already that you're not really involved in. Okay, yes, you're doing it, but it's like a game. You're just going through the motion, okay, just to pay your bills and support your lifestyle, okay, to help the ministry, okay, to do what you have to do in this world, okay, because again, before being a man of the Lord, you have to be a man, and a man handles his business, okay. If you have your family, if you have your obligations, your responsibilities, your duties, you deal with that, okay. You see, everything according to wisdom, okay. The Lord is not calling out bumps, okay. The Lord is calling out rulers, okay. you know, we're supposed to handle the affairs of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, and that's beyond uh what this world can it's a different kind of management, okay. It's a different kind of management because you're managing yourself, you're watching over brothers, you're watching over the followers of Yahweh Hashem Shai, okay. You're constantly working on yourself, okay. You're constantly watching, okay. You still have your duties and work to be done, okay. This is a great uh that's a great opportunity for growth, okay. And Yahweh Hashem Shai expects you to grow, okay. We're not in this business to be um complacent or stagnant, okay. The Lord is expecting us to grow each and every day, okay. You see, this is why this truth is powerful and greater than anything that this world could offer. Because even in this world, eventually, whether it be in your family, whether it be opportunities at work or career, eventually you're gonna reach a plateau. Okay, eventually you're gonna have to make a decision. Are you gonna side with the with the elites of this world? Are you gonna do wicked sacrifices? Are you gonna go to the left hand just so you can rejoice in this life? Nah, man. Okay, you see, you have to make that decision in this in the world. Okay, but following after Yahweh Hashem Shai, the option is very simple. Okay, you suffer for the name of Yahweh Hashem Shai so that you can inherit everything. Okay, so that you may be a joint heir with Yahweh Shai. Okay, in righteousness, just as He overcame. Um, and now he's just waiting to be fully acknowledged as the ruler of the earth under Yahweh, the ruler of the universe, Salakia, the ruler of the universe under Yahweh. So it says here, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Okay, he that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grape. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain. Okay, so again, that vanity is because ultimately this way of life, it'll pass away. Let's see. Let me bring up that Peter. Okay, let me bring out that Peter real quick. It says here in Second Peter 3, and I'll start at 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Okay, in the which the heavens shall pass away, okay, the meaning this kingdom, okay, with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, the fire that comes from the nuclear missiles hitting their targets. Okay, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. And as I read before, he that selleth as he that shall not gain, he that planteth as he that shall not reap, and he that buyeth as he that shall lose. Okay, those are the works that are therein. Your mindset should be that regardless, I'm still investing in this world, but I don't care about the return because I'm willing to give up everything as soon as I get the message from Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. As soon as Yahweh Shai calls, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm not looking back at my at the mansion that I bought, at the new Bugatti that I got. Okay, at my 36 wives that I have behind. Okay, as soon as Yahweh Hashem Yahshua calls, I'm ready to book it, man. I'm seeking for the kingdom. I'm hoping to get beamed up. Okay, that's the mentality that you're supposed to have. The works that are therein shall be burnt up. Okay, I don't care about my rapping career. I don't care about my basketball opportunities to get in the NBA. The kingdom is here. The kingdom is the salvation is nearer than we believe. Okay, so when the opportunity comes, where the Lord will make Himself known, you have to jump on that opportunity, man. Okay, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, understanding, okay, that the Lord will break great evils, that the Lord will bring great judgment upon this earth. Okay, what manner of persons are ye to be in our holy conversations and godliness? Okay, so we understand this. The Lord gave us a heads up. The Lord warned us of the things that He's preparing to do in this wicked society. You would be a fool not to seek the kingdom first. You would be a fool not to put in your mind that you will lose things in this life. Okay, Yahusha said, "He that lose it, family members, he that." Let me bring that out so I don't butcher it. So being 100-fold, bring that out. It says here in Mark 10, Mark 10, and I'll start at 30, no, 29. Let me see. Mark 10 and 28. Then Peter began to say unto him, Lo, we have left all. We have left all. Family, friends, business, career, opportunities. We have left all and have followed thee. Follow after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahushai answered and said, Verily I say unto you that there is no man that had left family, that had left house, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my sake and the Gospels, but he shall receive an hundredfold now in this time houses, brethren, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecution, and in the world to come eternal life. Okay, so that's the things that you can expect. Those are the things that you can wait for, man. Okay, yes, in the moment it seems difficult. Okay, but as it says pertaining to Abraham, because I mentioned Abraham not too long ago. Let me bring it out. It says here. It says here Hebrews 6 and 13. 13. Hebrews 6 and 13. For when the Most High made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself, saying, Surely blessings will I bless thee, and multiplying will I multiply thee. And so, after he had patiently endured, just as we have to patiently endure, okay, he obtained the promise, okay, looking towards Yahweh, looking towards Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the affliction, the mockery, the spitting, okay, the defamation, the demonization, the assassination of character, and the servant is not greater than the master. So just as Yahweh Shai went through it, we will go through it. Abraham had to go through it. We're not greater than Abraham. Are you greater than Abraham? No, man. Okay. You see? So after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. Okay? Same as, and Yahushua is the blueprint. Okay? Yahushua and the great man of the Lord, they are the blueprint that we are to follow, the examples that were left unto us, so that we can, as it says, the scriptures are written for our edification. Okay? So that we may get edified and built up by their way of life, by their manner of life, by their by their piousness, okay, by their fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai, and see the reward that they've obtained, okay, so that we may have hope also, and that we may not faint in the time of our affliction, in the time of our tribulation, okay. You see, it says here, it says here, for men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife. Okay. It says here, we're in the Most High willing more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise, and we pray that we're part of that number, that we are the heirs of the promise, the immutability of his counsel confirmed by an oath. So let's go into that word immutability, just so we can get the full understanding. So we can, we don't just read words to sound smart. We actually break it down so we get the full understanding. Mutability. Immutable. Okay, it says here immutable means something is never changing or impossible to change. The Most High never changes. So the Most High is not a man that he should lie. So when he said something that it says, what did he say unto Abraham? With blessings will I bless thee. It says here, I'll read that again. Hebrews 3 and was it 10? No, it's not Hebrews 3. I got the wrong one. So like a Hebrews 6 and 14, saying, surely blessings will I bless thee, and multiplying will I multiply thee. Okay, so the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So the Lord never changes, and his words do not go back unto him void. So he said it, and it will come to pass. Because where is the words of a power, there is king, where is the where is the words of a king, there is power. Okay, again, that's the spirit, because again, Yahweh is the ultimate power. Okay, where's the words of ultimate power? There is power. So it says here, that by two things, okay, the immutable by two immutable things, unchangeable things, in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hopes set before us, which hope we have an anchor for our souls, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil, wherewith the forerunner is for us entered, which is Yahushai, even Yahushai, made an high priest for us, made an high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Yahushai is the proof. Yahushai and the Holy Spirit, those two immutable things. Okay, because again, you're going through the scriptures, and the scripture speaks of Yahushai. And Yahushai, when he went into the spirit realm, sent the Holy Spirit so that we may understand the scriptures and may be enlightened to how to serve Yahweh Shem Shai correctly. So by those two things, yeah, by Yahweh sending Yahweh Shai, okay, to fulfill prophecy, and by the Holy Spirit entering into us and bringing us back to the remembrance of this truth, okay, we are assured, we have a full assurance that the Lord will accomplish the things that He said He would, okay. So the kingdom will come to pass. This wicked kingdom will be destroyed, okay. The will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai, His counsel shall stand. Okay, it says here that again, that's the spirit. I didn't mean to go just looking at the time, 30 minutes. Okay, but hey, the spirit is sometimes you just have to turn the radio, turn the camera on, and get to work, man. Okay, in my head, I was gonna do a 10-minute lesson. Okay, but the spirit just kept it going. Precepts came through. Okay, hey, call Halailam Yahweh Hashem El Shai. At the end of the day, I hope that it's all edifying. You see, I'm getting edified by these precepts that are coming through. Okay, the Lord is giving me the utterance to speak and to push forth this vibration. So Tawada Yahweh Hashem El Shai for using me as a vessel to push forth this light. Okay, so it says here in this is a precept that I wanted to bring out for a minute. Where is it? Hmm. I think I took it out. Okay, but to bring it point and bring it back to the point. Okay, I think it was Deuteronomy 2. Yeah, it was Deuteronomy 2. Bringing it back to the point of us just passing by. Okay, that this is not our rest. We're just passing by. Okay, it says here, and we can correlate the instance that I'm about to read in a spiritual sense, okay? Because in a sense we're going through it spiritually now. Okay, it says here in uh, yeah, it says here in Deuteronomy 2 and 20 24. It says here, rise ye up, take your journey, and pass over the rivers of Arnon. Okay, this is the Lord speaking unto Moses, if I'm correct. Behold, I have given unto thine hand Sihon the Amorite, King Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it and contend with him in battle. This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear reports of thee and shall tremble and be anguished because of thee. Again, the Lord in the times to come will give power back unto his men, spiritual power. Okay, power to shut down rain. Okay, to close the heavens. Okay, to call down fire from heaven. Okay, to heal, to cast out demons. The same way that as Yahushua said, uh, if you believe in me, you will do greater things that I've done. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so those are the things that when the nations will start hearing from the for about the miracles that the men of the Lord are doing in the name of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, fear shall fall upon them. Okay, especially starting with the elites of this world, because they would understand that that would mean that their kingdom is really at the circling the drain. Okay, and it's really at his last um, breath in a sense. Okay, it says here. Um, and I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kedemar unto Sihon king of Eshbon with words of peace, saying, let me pass through thy land. Okay, let us pass through the land. Okay, let us pass through this wicked kingdom. Okay, on the way to Yahweh Ba'ashem Shine, the kingdom of heaven. Okay, I will go by the highway. I will not, and again, the highway is the fast way. We're seeking the kingdom. It says the captive exile seek it that he may be loose. We're on the highway. Okay. See that song that says on the highway to hell. We're on the highway to heaven. We're not on the highway to hell. We're on the highway to heaven. Okay, seeking that the salvation may come sooner than we believe. Okay, and it says here, I will neither turn unto the right hand nor to the left, being a soldier, being focused, being single-minded. Okay, being having your eyes single and really seeking for that kingdom. Okay, you see, seeking the kingdom first. Okay, we will not be distracted or swayed by the ways of the world, by the glitz and glamour, okay, by what the world has to offer, because our mind is already in the heavens. We belong unto Yahweh Shem Shai, and we long to be joined unto Him. Okay, it says here, thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink. Only will I pass through on my feet. Okay, so yeah, we're here. We're here. We have to go through it. We are in the world. Yahushua said, I pray that you do not take them out of the world, but that you protect them from the evils to come. We are in this society. We're stuck here until Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua comes and delivers us. So we might as well make the best of it, but all in the fear of the Lord. Okay? You're not wicked if you have a nice car. You're not wicked if you have a nice house. You're not wicked if you have money in your bank account. You see, all good things come from the Lord. Tawari Yahweh Shai. Okay, and when through your highs or through your lows, remember to always praise Yahweh Shem Shai and reverence him as he is. Okay, and it says here, uh, that I may drink. So like, thou shalt sell me meat for money that I may eat, and give me water for money that I may drink. Only I will pass through on my feet. Okay, so again, that later on they refuse or whatever. Okay, but again, that and again, that's the adversity. We sent them a message of peace. We're just passing through. We'll pay for our food. We'll pay for our water, and we're just getting out of here, man. We're just passing through to get home. Okay, but but even in that, in the peaceable mindset that we have, okay, in the fact that we're serving Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, seeking to do right, okay, there's still gonna be adversity, man, because again, the world is against the servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, just as they were against Yahweh Shai. Okay, so don't be surprised if adversity and tribulation comes your way, man. It's all a part of the walk. Okay, but that being said, remember, this is not a rest. We're just passing by. Okay. So again, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Achakodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. And until next lesson, Shalom. Salutation, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect. And Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. That's right.